You are no longer inside your cell. Behind you, three false heads lie beneath prison blankets, waiting for the next guard to look through the bars. Ahead of you is the roof of Alcatraz, the black water of San Francisco Bay, and a freedom you can see but may never reach. Your raft is stitched from stolen raincoats. Your paddles are handmade. Your life depends on seams pressed together beside prison steam pipes. Across the water, the city glows like a promise. Between you and those lights, the bay moves like a machine with no concern for your plan. The prison believes the island is the final wall. Tonight, you are about to discover that the wall was only the beginning. The water is cold enough to steal coordination, judgment, and strength long before the opposite shore feels close. Choose the wrong moment, and the current may carry you away from land. Lose the raft, and swimming harder may only make you colder faster. Escaping Alcatraz is no longer the question. The question is whether you can survive the bay. It is June 1962. Alcatraz is a maximum security federal penitentiary built for men the government considers too difficult for ordinary prisons. From 1934 until the prison closes in 1963, 36 men will take part in 14 known escape attempts. Almost every attempt ends in capture or death. The security is not based on one lock. It is layers: iron bars, counts, guarded galleries, locked doors, towers, fences, cliffs, and water. Prisoners are checked again and again. At night, a guard can pass your cell, shine a light toward the bunk, and decide in seconds whether you are still there. Your cell is barely large enough for a bunk, a sink, a toilet, and the routines designed to make every day predictable. That predictability becomes the weakness. If guards expect the same shapes, sounds, and movements, then survival begins by giving them exactly what they expect. Frank Morris, John Anglin, Clarence Anglin, and Alan West occupy nearby cells. According to investigators, they begin building a route through the backs of those cells. The plan must survive for months before any man can test it for a single night. The first tools are almost absurd: old saw blades, sharpened scraps, spoons, and whatever metal can be shaped without attracting attention. The concrete around the ventilation openings has been weakened by years of moisture and salt air. Weak enough to attack, but not quietly. A homemade drill, reportedly powered by the motor of a broken vacuum cleaner, turns prison debris into an escape machine. Every hole drilled around the grill creates noise. Every fragment removed creates dust that must disappear before the next inspection. During inspections, the opening is hidden behind ordinary objects: cardboard, a case, anything dull enough to escape a second look. Behind the cell is something the guards do not regularly patrol: a narrow utility corridor running between the backs of the cells and the building wall. Once inside that corridor, the prison changes. The bars are now behind you. Above you is a vertical maze of pipes, beams, and maintenance space. At the top of the cell block, the men create a secret workshop. It is hidden above the prisoners and below the roof, inside the prison itself. A crude periscope allows one man to watch for guards while the others work. The escape depends as much on patience as invention. The decoy heads begin as prison waste: toilet paper, cardboard, cement fragments, and paste shaped into the suggestion of a sleeping man. Flesh-colored paint gives the faces distance. Real human hair gathered from the barbershop gives them just enough life to fool a passing flashlight. The heads do not need to survive close inspection. They only need to survive seconds in darkness. While the false prisoners sleep, the real men build a boat. More than 50 prison raincoats are stolen or collected. Each one is cut, overlapped, stitched, and turned from clothing into flotation. Investigators conclude that hot pipes and pressure are used to seal the seams, an improvised form of vulcanizing learned from magazine instructions. The finished raft is roughly 6 by 14 feet, large enough for men and equipment, but still only a skin of rubber between you and the bay. They make life preservers. They carve wooden paddles. They convert a musical instrument into a device capable of inflating the raft. Above the workshop is the last barrier inside the building, a roof ventilator at the top of a shaft nearly 30 feet high. The cover is loosened and held in place with a fake bolt shaped from soap. The prison still looks sealed because the seal is an illusion. On the evening of June 11th, 1962, preparation becomes commitment. After tonight, every hidden object will either work or expose them. The dummy heads are placed on the bunks. Blankets are arranged. From the corridor, each cell appears occupied. Alan West tries to remove his grill, but the opening is not ready in time. The plan leaves him behind the wall he helped defeat. Morris and the Anglin brothers squeeze through the openings and enter the utility corridor. There is no room to turn quickly and no safe way to retreat. They move upward through darkness, carrying the raft, paddles, life preservers, and the weight of months of secrecy. Every metal contact risks a sound. Every pause risks a count. The prison does not need to see you if it can hear you. Using the pipe network, the men climb toward the roof ventilator. Below them are rows of cells. Above them is open night. At the top of the shaft, the loosened cover must move without falling, scraping, or announcing the escape to the entire building. Then the roof opens. For the first time, there are no bars above you. Freedom is visible, but so are the towers. The roof is open, high, and exposed to any guard who looks in the right direction. The men cross the roof and descend the bakery smokestack at the rear of the cell house, using the prison's own structure as their ladder. At ground level, another fence waits. Beyond it, uneven island rock falls toward the water. A searchlight crosses the buildings. The safest movement is slow, deliberate, and timed to darkness, not speed. They reach the northeast shore, where the prison lights are partly blocked by the island itself. Here, the equipment must unfold, inflate, and float. Months of work are now tested on wet stone in the dark. The modified instrument forces air into the raft. Too little, and it folds under weight. Too much, and a weak seam may open before launch. When the raft touches the bay, the route back disappears. Returning would mean crossing open ground toward an awakened prison. The plan, according to investigators, was to reach Angel Island and then cross toward Marin County. On paper, it is more than a mile. On water, distance is not a straight line. Angel Island is a dark mass to the north. San Francisco is brighter, but brightness does not make it the safer target. A mile sounds survivable on land. In cold-moving water, a mile can become several different battles happening at once. June water in this part of the bay is typically cold, often around the mid-50s Fahrenheit. That is far below comfortable swimming temperature. The first threat is cold shock, a sudden gasp, rapid breathing, and panic if you enter the water unprepared. Even if you remain on the raft, soaked clothing and wind pull heat from the body. The bay does not need to drown you immediately to defeat you. As body temperature falls, fine movement becomes harder. Fingers that built the raft may no longer be able to repair it. Judgment can fade too. A direction that looked correct from shore may feel wrong once fog, darkness, and fatigue erase your references. The current is not a river flowing one way. Tides push enormous volumes through the Golden Gate, around islands, and across channels. Timing becomes a survival tool. Launch too early or too late, and the same water meant to carry you toward land may move you away from it. Do you wait for a better current while the prison remains quiet, or launch immediately before the missing men are discovered? Once afloat, wind and small waves attack the raft from different angles. Every impact flexes seems never designed for open water. 3 men, paddles, clothing, and survival equipment concentrate weight on a floor made from raincoats. Balance is not comfort. It is flotation. A leak creates the worst kind of decision. Stay aboard and lose air slowly, or enter water that may take strength faster than the raft sinks. Swimming may feel like control, but hard movement in cold water accelerates heat loss. Without proper protection, strength can disappear before land arrives. The safest choice may be to remain together, keep as much of the body out of the water as possible, and preserve the raft for as long as it floats. But staying together makes paddling awkward. Every correction costs energy, and every unnecessary stroke can disturb the fragile floor beneath you. There is no reliable light on the raft, no radio, no rescue signal, and no one who can know your exact position. The city lights can mislead you. They appear close across flat water, but current can move the raft sideways while the lights barely seem to change. Angel Island offers darker shoreline and less immediate attention, but finding it in fog requires holding a course you cannot easily measure. A badly timed outgoing tide could pull the raft west toward the Golden Gate and beyond the safer interior of the bay. You cannot shout for help without ending the escape. Silence protects you from the prison and removes the easiest way to survive an emergency. Cold reaches the hands first, then the arms. The paddle grows heavier. A simple correction becomes a full-body effort. If the raft reaches land, the danger changes. Wet rock, waves, and exhaustion can turn the final few yards into the hardest part of the crossing. You must leave the raft without tearing it, keep your footing, and move before cold muscles lock or search teams close the shoreline. According to information given to investigators, the next plan was to find clothing and a car. No confirmed theft matching that plan was ever established. Back on Alcatraz, the illusion survives until the morning count. A guard touches one false head, and it falls from the bunk. The prison locks down. Boats search the bay. Investigators collect a sealed packet of letters, paddle-like wood, rubber fragments, and a homemade life vest. A similar paddle is recovered on Angel Island. A life vest later washes up near the coast. Evidence exists, but it does not reveal the men's final moments. The FBI investigates for 17 years and finds no conclusive proof that Morris or the Anglin brothers survived. It also finds no bodies that settle the question. In 1979, the FBI closes its active case and transfers responsibility to the United States Marshal Service. Officially, the fate of the three remains unresolved. The escape succeeded at the prison. That much is certain. The men passed the bars, the corridor, the roof, the fence, and the shore. What no record can prove is whether their raincoat raft carried them through the final wall, or whether the bay erased every answer. You escaped Alcatraz. Now answer the only question that still matters. Could you have survived the bay?